later on in the afternoon, I won't mention his name.
There's a lot of ballots in this one. And the last three digits are 158. 158.
Hello.
For the tree driven.
Oh, winner.
Could somebody tell me where I could find oxygen? Anybody? What? A tree, of course. Who knew that we get oxygen from trees? Who knows that, right? Right, we get oxygen. Okay, crazy question for my friends in the front. Who here does not think that oxygen is important? Anybody? Somebody? No? Good. I'm not a person to embarrass anybody or call it out, but I was in Port Hope the other day, and when I was at Port Hope at a little camp, there was a guy, Johnny, I call him Johnny No Oxygen. He put his hand up and says, Professor Pricklethorn, I don't need oxygen, I don't care. Oxygen, not a big deal at all. And I said, okay, Johnny No Oxygen, hold your breath for 37 seconds. He got to about 32 and he started turning this color of blue right here. He's like, oh, Professor Pricklethorn, where can I get some oxygen? Aha, right? From trees, and they're all around us. They give us oxygen, fresh air, they scrub the air. Just one of the many, many things that trees give us. So I am so happy to be here today to talk about my favorite topic in the whole wide world, which y'all know right now is trees. So you ready?
Tell us, Professor, tell us what it is about trees that makes you tick.
You know what? Trees have looked after civilization for so long with so many cures and with our mental health and physical health and basic needs to live. So, you know, I grew up right on Cotsmore here, and there was always big trees up and down here. And somehow I kind of got it back then, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to help trees because they've helped us for so long. And I just thought it was very... the thing to do was to help trees, and I ended up working at Sheridan Nurseries out near Port Hope as a summer student. Kind of skipped over the bakery business, and my parents were cool with that. And then I just kept going on, and I've always circled back to trees. And even in my retirement, I'm going to places to just talk about the benefits of trees and how they make our lives better. You know, these community trees, they have so much to give, and they're great to be around.
Tell us how they make our lives better for those ignorant to the cause, so to speak.
Well, no, they scrub the air, they sequester carbon out of the air, they calm us down. Trees have a very, very kind of profound effect in calming humans' anxieties and just helping us live a better lifestyle. So some people will say, like, I got a tree on my property in town here and I can cut it down if I want. But they forget that it's also a community tree. It just doesn't belong to them. Like, the benefits belong to the community. And that's kind of, you know, the way I see it. I see trees in the big picture.
When you talked about planting, you said a good phrase, plant low.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, plant high, they seldom die. And if you plant low, they will often grow. People tend to plant too low. And you can go on the internet, and there's always good planting specs, but you want to plant them a little highish rather than lowish. Yeah.
And kids, you've taught, presented in front of thousands of kids all over Canada and the U.S.?
Yes, yeah, correct. And Europe.
In Europe?
Yeah.
They get it.
Yeah, they do, yeah. And I just help them connect the dots. I roll stuff out visually in an animated way and with, you know, examples. And I can literally see the learning light bulb go off, and I can see them connecting the dots. And some of them will circle back to me after my presentation, and they'll come up with like, wow, I didn't know that trees slow down erosion. We live near a river. We're going to plant some trees. And I'm like, bingo. Or, you know, they'll say that tree was planted in the wrong spot because it cracked up a sidewalk. And I'm like, bingo. So I can see the fruits of my presentation quickly.
Beautiful. Well done, and thank you again.
Yeah, thank you, Pete. It's going to be 40 feet wide. 40 feet wide. Would it make any sense to plant it between two homes where there's only 10 feet? No, because it would not be the right tree in the right place, right? Charlotte? this tree that we just got without thinking about it, and we back onto a lake and a river that's always flooding, but it does not like to get its roots wet. Charlotte, would it make any sense to plant that tree in our backyard and it's going to be flooded? It would not be the right tree in the right place. And let me just stress that so many people get in their mind of a tree. They're like, I'm in love with that tree. And they go get the tree without any further thought on what the tree needs. And sometimes they'll even shoehorn it into their little spot that they have in their mind. And then there's problems with the tree. And then arborists like us get called, and they're like, can you come in and fix up the tree? And your name is? No, really? Have I met you before? Oh. I thought I was having deja vu, but no, it's not deja vu, it's just a short memory. Okay, Charlotte, you are going to represent water. Hold that up, hold it proud. Just going to talk about water for a minute. Can I get your feet wet? Yeah, oh, another thing that doesn't work. Okay, so trees get water through the rain cycle. Rain comes down, water is pulled up through the roots, which are your feet. They come up and they're Oscar into the tree. Trees always pump water. Trees are like an amazing big pump. That tree could pump 10,000 liters of water in 1 year. If you want to do a cool trick, go home and put a clear black plastic bag over the end of a branch. 24 hours will be moisture in the bag. Why? Because trees do what's called transpiration. Trees are like a wick. They're always releasing water into the air. And that's one of the reasons why forests feel kind of cool, because they contain the moisture. But they do this really cool thing called transpiration. Water.
Photosynthesis.
How do they put on new leaves?
Photosynthesis.
Photo. That means light. Everybody says, oh, Pricklethorn, it means picture, but it really means light. Photocell, light. So light and synthesis means mix. So anybody says, I have a music synthesizer. I was at the club last night, DJ Pricklethorn, and I was mixing. No way. Oh boy. Okay, so this great big word called photosynthesis. Simply, okay, we're all good. And so you're going to say I, then your name on the count of three. I have participated in Professor Elwood Pricklethorn's pep rally. And from this point on, I promise. I will look at trees and see the invisible things they give us. When planting a tree, I will think about what is needed to plant the right tree in the right place. I will not knowingly damage a tree by cutting roots, breaking branches, or injuring the trunk. And finally, when I hug a tree, I will make sure that it's not a prickly, thorny tree. Thank you. A couple more things to say. Is give trees a chance. All we are saying is give trees a chance.